Hello, I'm Gary Jolly from the Tractor Store in Richland. Now's the best time of the year to save more with Mahindra, and it all starts with zero. Pay zero down and 0% interest up to 60 months. That's more for less on many of Mahindra's best-selling models, with tractors that deliver more lift, capacity, fuel efficiency, and built-in weight. So get zero down, 0% interest for up to 60 months on Mahindra, the world's #1 selling tractor, Mahindra, available at the Tractor Store in Richland.
I'm ready when you are, Paul. I don't know if your speaker's on.
I'm good. Coach, what was kind of the reaction of your team and yourself when you heard that y'all were in the NIT?
I was excited. Honestly, I mean, the last time we were in the NIT, it was a great experience for us here, and it led us to New York in the Final Four. And I thought it really helped us for the following year to make a run to get to the NCAA tournament. During Quindari's senior year. It's a great tournament, great history, great tradition. We are a young team. Anytime you can get, some postseason experience, I think it helps kids. And there's only, the 68 plus 16 that are playing, so it's, 84 teams. Everybody else is done. I mean, I'm excited for our guys. And I thought, our guys had Saturday and Sunday off. It was obviously a tough loss, the way we got beat by Alabama. But I reminded them that Alabama beat LSU at LSU by 30. Alabama beat Arkansas by 31. Those teams are really good teams. And those teams bounced back, and they were incredible down the stretch. So it is what it is. We're going to put that behind us. We had our second best win of the year, beating Kentucky for the first time in 12 seasons, the SEC tournament. We went through a year last year, we didn't get to play in the SEC tournament, and we had a double bye. So to have a chance to still be playing, to be hooping, to be playing ball, and what's better than this?
A follow-up to that, Coach, I know in this day and age we have opt-outs, and some kids have decided not to play in the postseason, whether it's COVID-related or not. You expect your whole roster to be there?
Absolutely.
Garrett, go ahead.
Hey, Ben, obviously a very quality opponent. You're getting in the first round, a team that was very close to being in the tournament. What do you expect to see from St. Louis? And they're two guys that can score really well.
But, they have three really good seniors at start. You look at French, he's the third leading scorer. The two guards are great. The 2 and the 3 are really good players. But those three seniors are outstanding. They got a very good team. And as you pointed out, they were hurt by COVID in the middle of February, I believe it was, where they missed a bunch of games. It probably hurt their chances to increase their resume. They ended up being 14-6. They beat LSU the second game of the season. They beat North Carolina State. They beat St. Bonaventure at home, who ended up, coming out of their league as one of the teams that, is in the tournament and has a good seed. They play LSU. They're a very good team, and they're very well coached. He does an outstanding job. They shoot it. They're good around the basket. They'll change defenses. They're primarily man-to-man, but they will also play, 3 different zones. They'll play a 1-3-1. They'll play a 3-2. They'll even play a little bit of a 2-3. They're tough. They're hard-nosed kids. They've got good depth. They have a number of bigs that come off the bench for them that can score. They'll play small at times. They've got a great shooter in Jimerson. They've got a really nice team. It's going to be a big challenge.
Let's go ahead and swing it over to Joel Coleman. Joel, go ahead. Just a reminder to queue your questions up in the chat for Coach.
Ben, I think after the Alabama game the other day, I think your words were you guys had an outside shot to get in the NIT. I guess how realistic did you think this possibility was at the time? Did you really think then that, you had, a little bit of a shot, outside shot's what you said, but I guess how surprising was it to learn that you guys were
they had shown interest in us because prior to, they want to make sure that you're going to accept the bid.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of paperwork. So we knew that there was a chance prior to the SEC tournament that we were being considered for the NIT if we didn't come out with an NC2A bid out of that SEC tournament. And, I think obviously our win over Kentucky didn't hurt. And, we finished, pretty strong there down the stretch. We had some quality wins during our season. And, we dealt like everybody else with all the issues. And we didn't miss a game because of COVID, but we had one of our two best players miss 3 games because of COVID against, teams that we might have had a chance to beat that hurt our net on the front end, et cetera. So, I was, hopeful by saying we had an outside chance. You don't know. And I'm just glad it worked out for us because I'm excited that we're playing in it. I mean, we're going to play in the NIT. And I know that with a young team and a team that's going to return some important players, it's always a good thing to get postseason play and to keep playing, keep competing. I mean, the flip side is, what are you doing? You're just resting. We got plenty of time to rest. We've got plenty of time to, get away from the game for a few weeks. Let's put that off as long as we can.
A little bit of a follow-up to that, if I can. You talk about excitement. Abdul, the other day after the SEC tournament, he kind of got a little emotional reflecting on what Mississippi State meant to him and things because, don't know what the future holds, don't know what his decision will be. But how excited is he to know for sure that he's got it, a little bit left in the Mississippi State tank?
Well, I think he was excited, and I thought that our team on Tuesday, we practiced Monday, we practiced on Monday for about an hour and a half, and then we came back and practiced Tuesday, and we had a great practice on Tuesday. We're getting up and down, guys playing hard, competing. It was really, great enthusiasm. So I was excited. But yesterday we took off, and it worked out perfectly because we had this tornado watch, and so it would have been, kind of scary to be practicing in the middle of a tornado watch to begin with. But, it worked out because I didn't want to go 5 straight days and then try to play a game. So we'll practice today and then tomorrow down there and get ready. But Abdul was great yesterday. I mean, Abdul is a great kid. I mean, he's a great, phenomenal young man, and we've been blessed to have him here the last 5 years.
We'll swing it back to the top of the order, and Paul Jones. Paul, go ahead.
Coach, besides the normal things of having to take care of the ball and shooting well and defense, what are some things that your team has to do well against St. Louis and their personnel to be successful?
They're the best rebounding team in the A-10. Their guard is the best rebounder for a guard of anybody in the country. And he averages like 10 rebounds a game, 0. And, so that they really rebound. They're very physical. They try to beat you up physically. I mean, you'll see French. I mean, French is a big, strong body, thick, right shoulder, left shoulder. He's left-handed, but he shoots just as well right-handed around the basket. We have to get back in transition. We've got to do a good job keeping them off the glass. And then, we've got to be physical. I mean, they're a very physical team, and, we're going to have to really defend well, and we've got to be able to, score and get the ball inside, and take advantage of our size.
We'll go to Tyler Horka next. Tyler, go ahead.
Hey, Ben, you mentioned the possibility of some key guys returning next year. Have you already talked with Iverson and DJ about potentially coming back for their junior seasons, or will that wait until after the NIT?
Yeah, we'll have those discussions once the season is ended.
And if they do choose to come back, you also mentioned Quindery earlier in this press conference. Do you kind of see some similarities in what you guys can do in this NIT and what he did? I think it was 2018, and then helping lead Mississippi State to the NCAA tournament the very next year. Can it kind of be a launching pad for you guys?
That's kind of what I alluded to, is that I think that a lot of times with the young team that plays in the NIT, you're trying to use this as a springboard into the next season, especially when it comes to postseason play. So, we hope that that's the case, and I've seen it happen, many times. And it definitely helped us that year going into 19. It was a good experience. Lamar had like a tremendous NIT. I think he had 14 assists against Nebraska. It was either Nebraska or Baylor. I mean, he really played well, and it was really good. I think he had double-figure assists multiple times, and it really helped him for the following year. For example, that year the win at Louisville was one of the best wins we've had since I've been here. It was in NIT. I mean, it was a great win against a very talented team that had an NBA big on it and had good players. So. I just, the bottom line is everybody wants to be in the NCAA tournament, and everybody who didn't make it, and, St. Louis and Louisville and Colorado State, those are the first three out most of all. But bottom line is you still have a chance to play. I mean, you got to, seize that opportunity and take full advantage of it. And I've always felt that way.